Hi loves, it's Emmeline. So today I'm going to show you my self-care routine. I think self-care is so important and we should all get in the habit of doing this routine more often to renew ourselves. So I'm starting off with a really delicious breakfast. I made some blueberry oatmeal. I topped it with chia seed pudding, fresh whipped cream, and pomegranate seeds. And it just tastes so good. I think making yourself something really special for breakfast is so much fun and it's just so relaxing. So now I'm just reading one of my favorite books, which is actually the Chip Gaines book, and I just love it so much because I feel like it gives me a lot of inspiration. So after my breakfast, I decided to head off to a coffee shop. My self-care routines used to always revolve around staying home, but recently I found that getting out of the house, going into a new environment, and being around people is really good for me, and it just helps to make me really happy, and it makes me feel a little bit more productive in my self-care routine. Sometimes I would feel a little bit lazy just staying home, so sometimes just getting out makes me feel really good. So I brought down my notebook to jot some things down. I think on a self-care day, it's really good to write down some things that you're grateful for, or write down some things that just make you really happy. Basically, just write a gratitude journal and it will make you just feel so grateful and so happy and help to remind you of all of the amazing things in your life. So after this, I wanted to do something else that makes me really happy because self-care is all about making yourself happy. So we went to the SPCA to visit all of the animals. I love going into the cat rooms. They're basically these big open rooms and there are just a bunch of kitty cats in there, and it just makes me so happy to pet them. And I feel like being around animals is very therapeutic and just so relaxing. So I love going to visit them. When I got home, I wanted to use my diffuser, so I just filled it up with some water and I decided to go with lemon and lavender. I love lemon because it helps to just give me energy, and lavender helps to make me relax. They're both kind of opposite ones, but for some reason the combination just helps to really soothe me, but just make me feel really positive. So I love diffusing this. Next, I just got into my comfy robe. I love this thing. It's from Pottery Barn. So I wanted to do a little spa day at home. I am actually getting a facial later on, but I just wanted to show you guys at home you can do a spa day and just make it really relaxing. I'm using the watermelon mask from Glow Recipe, and it feels so cold on your skin, but it feels really nice because it feels almost as though it's depuffing your skin, and I love that. I also love the avocado mask from them. I think it's really great. So I just put these masks on my face to help me relax. You guys could also make some masks at home. Sometimes I like to just put coconut oil on my skin for a while, especially during the winter time. My skin gets really dry and just looks so dull. So just refreshing it with a mask is so helpful. So now I'm just taking some of my coconut oil, and in the winter time, coconut oil usually hardens because it's so cold, so it's a little bit harder to work with. So I just scooped some of the coconut oil out and it kind of just rolls into a ball, so you just have to keep warming it up in your hands. And like I mentioned, you could put this on your face. I'm about to put this in my hair because I feel like every girl has a problem in the winter with our hair being dry and just looking lackluster. So refreshing it with coconut oil is so amazing. So I just put this all in my hair, and it'll eventually start to melt in the more that I play with my hair. But usually I will sleep with a coconut oil mask, but for today I just left it in for a few hours. You can also mix coconut oil with some sugar and use it as a lip scrub, and it works absolutely amazing. I always make sure to focus the coconut oil on the ends of my hair because I always want to keep them really healthy. So I'm just clipping some of my hair back, that way it doesn't fall into the mask. And I have a lot of extra coconut oil still on my hands, so I'm just rubbing that all over my body. I love using coconut oil as a moisturizer in the winter time because, like I said, it is just super hydrating and amazing. So I'm just taking off my face mask. Unless it's coconut oil, I don't like to leave it on my skin too long because my skin gets a little sensitive. But now I'm just lighting a candle, and I feel like every self-care day needs a bubble bath. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I love taking baths. They just feel so relaxing and so calming. There's nothing like a bath. So I just added in my favorite soap to make some bubbles, and I just relaxed for a while. Sometimes I'll put on a podcast, or I'll just go to the spa music channel and I'll put that on, or I'll read a book, or just take a little nap. It is just the perfect refresher and so amazing. After my bath, I washed out the coconut oil from my hair, and once my hair dried, it felt so smooth and just so amazing, and it looked a lot better too. So now I'm just grabbing a cup to make some tea. Again, just something really warm in the winter time and on a self-care day just feels so amazing, and it's just something I love to do. So I was making chai. This is my second chai of the day. I don't know what it was with me today with chai, but I just really was enjoying it. So I just cuddled up on the sofa with Wilbur, who's always trying to get into my cup. Is anyone else's dog like that? He's just always so curious as to what's in there. His little tongue is always licking everything, trying to get a sip, but he is just so cute and he makes me so happy. I love him so much. I could just kiss his little face all day. He's so adorable. So I decided to watch an old movie. I feel like it's been a while since I've watched an old movie, especially Audrey Hepburn movies. So I put on Roman Holiday, and I am so glad I did this. I feel like I need to watch old movies more often. I used to always watch them, but ever since we moved, I just haven't really had the time to just sit and watch one. So it was definitely so relaxing to do that. So after this, I just closed my eyes and tried to take a little nap. So now it's time for my facial. I was so excited for this. I usually don't get facials very often, but I decided to get one today. The last time I got one was last year for my wedding, so I thought I was due for one. My skin just wasn't looking too great, so I needed a skin refresh. So this is my friend Kiki's spa, and I was filming a clip because every time I go there, she just speaks to my soul. I don't know what it is about her, but as soon as I walked in, she just looked at me and we just started crying because she just has that sort of touch where she always just knows what's going on and what's going in your mind, and it's just the most amazing relationship, and she is just the best friend ever. So I was just relaxing, getting my facial. Oh my goodness, it was so nice. I highly recommend you guys treat yourself to it. I'm usually not the type of person that would treat myself to something like this, but ever since I started getting them, like I said, doing it like once a year, twice a year, it is just absolutely amazing. So I am just leaving Kiki. Hello. She's amazing, and you guys, she gave me this blanket. Do you want to explain it?
So my Yaya is like the most blessed soul I know, and she makes these blankets, and we usually sell them and give it all to donation. But I felt like this is her blanket. The colors remind me of her, and my Yaya's love is just ever embracing and just amazing.
Oh my gosh, I love. How sweet is Kiki? Oh my goodness, I swear I got the best night's sleep with that blanket. It was the most beautiful gift anyone's ever given me, and just so sweet and so thoughtful. So I'm super cozy right now by the fire. It is so warm, and I made a cup of mint tea. It smells delicious. My stomach kind of hurts right now, so that's why I made mint tea, because it always makes me feel better. But I wanted to end today with a devotional. So I was on Pinterest the other night and I saw this like little quote, I guess. It says, "But what did God tell you?" So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's so many times where I feel like God tells me something, and at first I feel really strongly about it, and I'm like, okay, this is what God told me, and everything is gonna be great, and I start thinking about like all these things, and I get really excited about it, and I tell people maybe sometimes I just keep it to myself, and I start kind of planning around it. And after a little while goes by and that thing hasn't happened, I kind of start to doubt, and I'm like, was that something that I just heard on my own? Was that something that maybe wasn't for me? Did I imagine it? If God told you something or put something on your heart, it might take a while. It might take a day, it might take a couple weeks, but sometimes it might take a while, like 8 years. But you just have to keep trusting and knowing that if God told you something, then it's something really important, and the best things in life take the longest time to happen. And it's so annoying because I get it. I've been there where you're just so excited for something and you want something to happen so badly, but it just doesn't happen. I was talking to Connor about this the other night, and I actually started crying. I was watching our wedding video. If you guys haven't seen that, you guys should definitely watch it. But I was watching it the other day, and I was just like laying on the bed, and I started crying, and I was like, I'm just so happy. We had the most perfect wedding. And I was like, I can't even believe that we're actually married. I've wanted this for so long. And I just felt so happy. And he was like, see, Em, this is why we didn't get married right when you wanted to. And everything wouldn't have worked out the way that it did if we had done things on our own timing. And a lot of times we want to do things on our own time and not God's timing, because God's timing usually takes a while, but at the end of the day, it's always worth it because it is perfect. So hopefully this helped some of you guys if you're in a season of waiting, and just know that I know it sucks, but it will definitely be worth it. I'm like sweating right now because this fire is really hot on my back. I just wanted to tell you guys that, and I think that's a really good quote to just keep on your phone. I think I'm gonna make that my home screen. And like I said, it's so short, but it says, "But what did God tell you?" And every time I start doubting and wondering, I'm gonna think. And I also just want to say, tonight with Kiki was amazing. I've said this 1,000 times, but every time I go to her, she just always knows what's on my mind and what's on my heart, and she just truly gives me the best advice and just makes me feel so much better. Like, nobody comforts me like her. Like, she is just amazing, and she's so good at what she does, and I'm so grateful that she gave me that little blanket. It's just gonna remind me of her all the time. I would have it with me right now, but I don't want it to smell like smoke. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your night, and I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you next time.